Hello, everybody. Welcome to Truth Broadcasting. I am the host of this program, Mr. Truth There. This is the program that has the very real potential to clear up every brainwashed mind in the United States and possibly even the world. But can't do it without your help. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment as much as you like. Whether it's, I don't want to say whether it's positive or negative, but don't be so negative that you bring people down. Let's just put it that way. There's not really a lot of positive going on in this country and around the world. I understand that. The Fumbling Drug Agency has given their approval for a specific mark for death. Mainly, Democrat states, should say Democrat, have already made it mandatory. Even some of the Republican states have done so. Why I tell people all the time, these people are not your friends. They are one and the same. They're working toward the same goal. They both want complete domination over the people. They're just going about it a little bit differently. Arizona Attorney General ruled that private businesses can make this mandatory for employment. So, how long is it going to be before public businesses do this? Maybe not very long. They might not even have to. We'll just wait and see how this pans out. I find it odd, however, that the company manufacturing this mark for death does not mandate those employed by them to get marked for death. Interesting. Also, government employees, as far as state, local, what have you, they all have to get this. But White House personnel are not required to get marked for death. Could it be because that's what's happening? They're actually getting, talking people into committing suicide? Interesting. Interesting. It was made mandatory for everyone in the military right after this approval went into play. I also find it very interesting that 60% of doctors and nurses in the United States refuse to get marked for death. Could it be because they know that that's what they're doing? This should be screaming to the American people, don't get marked for death. Because that is exactly what you're going to be doing if you let this happen. We will soon see a severe shortage of doctors and nurses as well as teachers and everyone else, as if the current labor shortage we already have is not bad enough. It's going to get a whole lot worse. Why? Because at least half, if not more than half, of this country is now aware that that is exactly what many people are doing. They are being marked for death. So, my suggestion is find a place of refuge, the safest place that you can find. Do it now. Someplace that is outside of the city and as far away from other people as you can manage to get. I would suggest a wooded area with a fresh water source nearby, fresh, clean, running water. And take as much of what you've got as you can take with you. And whatever you have that you can take to sleep in, you're just going to have to make do with whatever you can get at this point. You don't really have a whole lot of choice. Or You can wait until they actually make it mandatory in your state, or until your employer says you've got to do this or you can't come back to work. You can wait until then. I mean, it may not necessarily be a dangerous thing to do. It's hard to say at this point. But don't wait too long. Military checkpoints could very well be on their way. I wouldn't. If I were you, I would not leave your home state. I wouldn't. Because we just, at this point, if you do, and they do set up those military checkpoints at the borders of all the states, using the National Guard in each state to do it, as well as with the police and what, if they do that, you might get stuck in a state where you don't know anybody and nothing is familiar to you. So I would suggest, wherever you live, find, whatever state you live in, find a place to go where you can be as safe as possible. If you live out west or in the southwest, I don't know what to tell you, because there's not a lot of water sources out there, and it don't rain much. So my suggestion, leave the southwest. Yeah, that's my suggestion, because it's eventually, if not already, a very dangerous place to live where the water is concerned. So, that's all I've got for now. It's Mr. Truth there, signing out.